Open me up. Welcome, everyone, to the Berg Racing School's Grand Prix from WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California. My name is Rick Radijak. We're here for the third and final round of this three-race championship that started 2 weeks ago at Sebring International Raceway in Sebring, Florida, on to Lime Rock Park in Lakeville, Connecticut last Friday, and today here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Happy to be with you, and this practice session, 30-minute practice session, now open for the competitors here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. And as the drivers head on to the racetrack to begin their practice session, I just want to take a moment to thank our event sponsors for this event, as well as for the full season, this full three-race championship, including Amaligato Watches for their help. Amaligato Watches bring affordable and high-quality watches to people who live for motorsport, honoring the past by racing into the future. And today's event sponsored in part by Amaligato Watches. The champion of the series will earn a Tifosi Stuttgart brand Amaligato watch that will be awarded the champion of our three-race championship series. Please visit Alan Berg Racing on social media such as Facebook and Twitter for more information and links to Amaligato watches, and to locate an available racer pricing code to use at checkout. Racer pricing is available at checkout using the code SPEED2020. So visit AmaliGatoWatches.com for additional information. Also, the fine folks at Cambox Mecca, who also sponsor our Cambox Mecca Cam View, which we'll see a little bit later on, used during our broadcast, so to speak, here, not only on Twitch, but also on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook and YouTube for the first time for this championship decider. So Cambox Mecca, the new generation of helmet cameras specifically designed for motorsport activities. More and more racers are using it to either share their race highlights or as a coaching tool, like used at the Alan Berg Racing Schools. The Cambox has been designed in order to offer 5 unprecedented benefits to its user, including positioning, safety, lightness, design. It's also very discreet. The winner of each one of the races thus far, the first 2 rounds at Sebring and Lime Rock, each won a Cambox Mecca Model 2, which has 2 million pixels of resolution. That'll also be awarded to the winner of today's race, which will be a 19-lap affair. But the champion, along with the Amaligato Tifosi Stuttgart watch, will also earn a Cambox Mecca Model Mark III, which has 5 million pixels of resolution. So we want to thank everyone at Cambox Mecca for their help during this three-race Grand Prix season for the Alan Berg Racing Schools. Please visit Alan Berg Racing on social media, again, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, for more information and links to Cambox Mecca and to locate an available discount code to use at checkout. Practice is underway. We're about 6 minutes into the session. And on the screen, we're taking a look at the 45 of Zach Berg. We've had 6 cars. And, seeing the 45 running down into turn number 11. We're following Berg as Zach Berg coming to the finale of the championship, second in points, 1 point behind Phil Dennis. So Berg in the 45 car, and great to have Zach. Zach, who scored the victory and the opening round at Sebring, was 13th a week ago at Lime Rock. And again, right in the thick of it is Zach Berg. So next car that we want to see is, let's see if we can find the winner of last week's race, which was Nick Short. And Nick Short in the 99, he's on his out lap. And there's Nick. Nick Short, who won the last, had a great week. He missed the first round at Sebring. If we can take a look out the nose cam, maybe as he he's on his out lap, so he's not at speed yet, but we'll keep an eye on there. And he had to do the slow one. Now he's back out there, but Short, 57 points scored thus far, did not run at Sebring. He was quickest in qualifying last week, and he won his heat and also won the race. So a dominating run by the driver from El Dorado Hills, California, that being Nick Short. Kenny Schmid is in the 14 car, and Kenny Schmid, third quickest in the session. If we could, we're going to follow Schmid around the racetrack here a bit. And Kenny Schmid, who is currently fifth in the points battle, at a fourth place finish last weekend at Lime Rock Park. So the 14 car is Kenny Schmid. Right behind him is another one of the competitors, and I believe that could be the 10. Is that the 10 of Bucknam, of Spencer Bucknam? Who is right behind him. And there he is. There's Spencer Bucknam. Bucknam, who joined the championship a week ago. Kind of a tough weekend did Spencer Bucknam, the son of Jeff Bucknam, who had a couple Indy 500 starts, raced in the Barber Dodge Pro Series years ago. His father, of course, well-known competitor years back, that being Ronnie Bucknam. So that is the 10 car of Spencer Bucknam. So you can find the 110 of Chris Roberts. And there's Roberts in the black Dallara. All these cars are Dallara Formula 3 cars. So that is Chris Roberts, and Roberts in the 110 machine. Chris in the tied for sixth in the championship. Let's see if we can find another one of the competitors out there. And Bruno Canero. Canero had all kinds of action a week ago. Canero up and down all through the field, so to speak. And Canero fourth in the championship. He finished second in the feature event last year from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Is Bruno Canero, lives in Colorado now. And the 20-year-old looking to do some damage here to the balance of the field at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. The 44 is Aiden Yoder. Smiling Aiden Yoder. Look at that. Aiden Yoder in the 44 machine. Yoder tied with Chris Roberts with 84 points. Sixth in the championship is Aiden Yoder, 17-year-old competitor from California. We can find another one of the competitors out there. See if we can back Mikel Kalugan in the 15 this weekend. There's Kalugan in that bright red Dallara. And he is Mikel Kalugan. Seventh in the championship thus far is Mikel Kalugan. And Kalugan from Fremont, California. See if we can find the 4 machine, and that being Chris Outcult. Chase Outcult of New Jersey. And he's driving the 4 machine this weekend. And there he is in that purple and red, white machine out the back. Take a look out the back camera. We got a view out the gearbox here. And right behind Outcut is, I think it's the 14. of Spencer Perot. So we go on board with the Cambox Mecha Cam view, if we can, of the 17 of Perot. Perot, Canadian driver from Calgary, is Spencer Perot. Had kind of a tough weekend at Lime Rock a week ago. Tough time there, heading underneath the bridge as well. That's turn number 4. Again, this is I want to thank everyone at Cambox Mecha for their assistance throughout this championship, as well as the Malagato watches. The 151 is Jochen Replost. If we can find Replost, who's in the 151 car, I think he's headed toward turn number 5. There he is. This is the Cambox Mecha Cam view of Jochen Replost. And Replost, who finished second in the opening round at Sebring, 11th last week, and is third in the championship point battle. He has a little bit of an adventure at the track out of 6, grazes the wall with his Dallara, and he'll take that back to pit road. Is already on pit road and already back out on the racetrack, as we're about 13 and a half minutes into this practice session. So that was Replost, the announcer's curse. So we went on board with him. Let's see if we can find the 665. Pretty unique number there. 665 of Maximilian Bui. And Bui of Orange County, California, Carter. USC grad. University of Southern California, as opposed to the University of South Carolina, is Maximilian Bui. So welcome Maximilian back to the championship here this weekend. The 5 car is Ricardo Arruda. We can find the 5 out on track. And Ricardo Arruda, another California racer, 4 years of running with the iRacing folks. And another black Dallara is Ricardo Arruda, as he is onto the front straightaway, approaching the start-finish line here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Down through there's turn number 1 and headed down into the Mario Andretti hairpin, which is turn number 2, is Arruda. The 9 car, you can find the 9 out there. And the 9 is not on course. Where is the 9? Adam Galati, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The young driver from Texas is Galati. And Galati, he's making his debut with us here this weekend. He is. This is his first race in the Berg Racing School's Grand Prix here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. So Galati in the 9 machine. The 22 is Charles Quiros of Tucson, Arizona, shifter kart racer. And he's in the 22 machine. Blue and trimmed in silver and yellow is Charles Quiros. As we got a car spinning coming out of turn number 6 there. There's Quiros, headed up the Bobby Rahal straight into the corkscrew area. The exciting part of the racetrack, very iconic part of WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Through the turn number 9, which is the rainy curve, into the kink at turn 10. That's the pit entrance on the right. And this is turn 11 at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. So that's Charles Quiros in the 22 machine. Got the 366 is Derrick Souter. I was looking at my entry list here to see. We want to make sure we give everyone a shout out here if we can. Lafayette, Indiana's Derrick Souter, who's raced in iRacing, 6 years of experience, is Derrick Souter. And Souter currently tied for 10th in the championship. He had a 10th place finish at Sebring, and last weekend was 15th at Lime Rock Park. And who we missed here? As on the top of the charts now is Jeff Bucknam's son, Spencer Bucknam, with a 1:16.961, and that was done on his last lap, his fastest lap of the session, as we are about 18 minutes into this 30 minutes practice session. As I believe that's the 366 of Derrick Souter heading back out onto the race course, coming to the attention of his crew. Thomas Boniface is in the 18, the New Plymouth, New Zealand racer, and Elmberg Racing School's graduate is Thomas Boniface. A lot of experience does Boniface, as he raced in the Formula Ford New Zealand Championship, Formula First there. He has a couple cadet karting championships as well. Is Thomas Boniface. We have 19 competitors that have signed in here, and Boniface in the 18 car. Our championship point leader is the 23, and that's Phil Dennis. Phil Dennis of Carmel, California, which is just miles away from the racetrack, is Phil Dennis. He leads the championship by 1 point, does Dennis, at a third place finish in the opening round at Sebring. Finished 9th, had some misadventures during the race last weekend. Came home in 9th place, leads the championship with 92 thus far, is the 23 of Phil Dennis. So Dennis in the 23 car. So he is back with us and trying to win the Amalgamato watch, which will go to the champion, as Dennis has an off and on. I think that was in turn 10, as he's in turn 11 now. The final turn on the circuit is championship point leader Phil Dennis. See who we've missed here. Byron Daly. Daly is in the 06 car from Charlotte, North Carolina, originally from the Bronx in New York, karting racer. A lot of experience in this championship, in iRacing, I should say, is Byron Daly. So Daly from California. The one and only car number 20, Matt Cleary, Sunday Group Management on a Friday evening in Indianapolis. Back with us for the third time in 3 weeks is the 20 machine. And he's come to the attention of his Sunday Group Management, as well as Toby's Collision rides with Matt Cleary. So happy to have Matt back, as we have 20 competitors. Look at my list here, Mr. Director, and see if we've missed anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where we saw him. Who else have we not covered here? Okay. So Bucknam quickest, a 116.82. Phil Dennis, a 117 flat, second quick. Then it's Kenny Schmid, Zach Berg, Chris Roberts, Nick Short, Chase Alcutt, Bruno Canero, Jochen Replost, and Aiden Yoder are your top 10. Now, championship points is the 10 car of Spencer Bucknam, and I'm not sure who that car is that's right in front of him, as we're on, who drove off course, as it turns out. I think that could have been the 17 car of Spencer Perot that went off course at the top of the corkscrew. Riding on board with Spencer Bucknam, the California kid, a 16.821, son of lead instructor, as if I may say so, at the Allenberg Racing School's headquarters at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. I want to thank the fine partners of Allenberg Racing Schools for their assistance as well. Lansale Tires, Hawk Performance Brakes, Say Belt, Bell Helmets, and Cambox Mecca. So we have about 6.5 minutes remaining in this practice session. And Bucknam 14 hundredths of a second quicker than Berg. And as we just take a look at the times of the competitors here, Kenny Schmid in the 14. Schmid, who still has she's got a shot at this championship, trying to figure this out. We put it into we checked with KOB Accounting Services and was unable to get a true answer from them as to how many cars really are in the thick of it. Will depend on the amount of competitors, of course, that we have here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, as the gates are still open, so to speak. As 20 have currently signed in here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. This is Adam Galati in the 9, the Texan, who is onto the front straightaway. This is the shot from the Malagato Watches chopper cam, piloted by Captain Penelope Sweeney yet again. 2 races on the West Coast. Penelope was with us there, and she's made the trek out here with the Malagato Watches chopper cam. As this is Adam Galati. And this is a shot from the Lansale Tires blimp cam, piloted by Captain Clark Kent. Thanks to the fine folks at Lansale Tires for all their assistance with all of the Allenberg Racing School's programs. The Allenberg Racing Schools, which conduct programs such as a 3-day racing program, 2-day racing program, an advanced school. They do it all out at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. The school run by former Formula One championship driver Alan Berg. And he's been very happy to present this iRacing championship, the Allenberg Racing Schools Grand Prix. So Dennis has now gone to the top. Let's see if we can find that 20 car out there, as he's on pit road, actually. There he is. Sunday group management on a Friday evening is the competitor Matt Cleary. So happy to be back here, as Matt has gone for probably talking with the engineer at this point. Louis D'Agostino, I know he had a call into Louis earlier today. We can get that Dallara set up a little bit more to his liking. So as we have 3 minutes remaining, here's the 4 car of Chase Alcutt. So Alcutt, as looking out the back of the 4 car, driver from New Jersey is Chase Outcult. And the 9 right behind him there is 9 car, which is a heavy. I need to put him down. Is Adam Golady. He's in the 9. Byron Daly's in the 06. Aiden Yoder's in the right behind him there. So those 2 cars. As there will be coming up next, the format again is a qualifying session coming up after this, and then we'll have a heat race, a pre-main, and then our feature event, which will be 19 laps over the 2.238 miles here of WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca that opened in 1957. The circuit was a 1.9 mile course when it opened. The infield section, which was constructed for 1988, added about 0.4 of a mile. As the old circuit used to go straight out at turn 2 and then come back of where turn 6 is now. Saw a Camel GT race back there many years ago, won by Klaus Ludwig in a Ford Probe. As it turns out, Dennis, Fast Phil Dennis in the 23, he wants that Cambox Mecha Mark III for winning the championship. Malagato Watches providing a Tifosi Stuttgart brand watch. And again, racer pricing is available. Check out by using code SPEED2000 at malagatowatches.com. So Dennis, who leads the championship, here's Spencer Bucknam in the 10. And Bucknam really working with the program, getting with the program here as we're under a minute remaining in this practice session at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. As about 1/10 of a second back from the time set by Dennis is Spencer Bucknam. Many cars on pit road at this point as Phil Dennis exploring the outer limits at the exit of the corkscrew as checkers are out. Checkers are out on this practice session as our fine flagman Sal waves the checkered flag, and that'll wrap up this 30-minute practice session. Well, round number 3 of the Ellenberg Racing School's Grand Prix from WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Qualifying now underway, and each driver getting 3 laps of qualifying within this 6-minute period. Your best lap will earn you bonus points, and the driver quickest in qualifying will pick up 6 bonus points. The top 5 drivers receive points, 6 for first for the fastest driver, 4 for second quick, 3, 2, and then 1 for the 6th quickest qualifier. And Dennis in the catbird seat for the championship. Obviously, he's leading the points battle as we come to this finale of the championship. On board, the roll bar cam here from Phil Dennis. If we could ride with him, maybe, I guess an off-course excursion. So this is not going to be his quickest lap. He will got those Lancel tires. Certainly got some pickup on those. So we can ride there with Phil Dennis. If we could take the Cambox Mecha Cam view on this 23 car, there it is. As you can see on the dash through turn number 3. This is turn number 4. Let's ride on board with Phil Dennis. They drive underneath the walkover bridge. This is turn number 5. Left-hander here. Then you climb up the hill underneath the drive-over bridge, approaching turn number 6. This is a very tricky corner. You got to get the exit just right. Run up the Bobby Rahal straightaway to the famous corkscrew area. Left. Plunge down the hill to a right. You've got to correct, and then back to the left through the rainy curve, which is turn number 9. Long left-hander down through turn number 10, and then the sprint to the final corner, which is turn number 11. The pits are off to the left. Hit your apex there. Out second gear, third gear, up the straightaway to complete his first flying lap. And Phil Dennis completes that one. So let's see what other cars are on the racetrack, as we've lost our dancing ants for some reason, which is unfortunate. Let's see if we can get him on. And what's going on with our dancing ants? So Dennis continues around the racetrack, and Dennis has got the track to his own, it seems, at this point. Beautiful day here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca here in Monterey, California. About 15-minute drive from the city of Monterey. Probably about, what would you say? Probably about 25-minute, 30-minute drive for the entrance to Pebble Beach, the 17-mile drive. Beautiful part of the United States. So here's Nick Short, the 99 car. Nick, who had an outstanding weekend, outstanding Friday, I should say, at Lime Rock last weekend. Fastest in qualifying, won his heat race, won the feature going away. Just an outstanding drive by Nick Short. So great job there. Nick's got the track to himself as makes the run up to turn number 6 underneath the mother's polishes. Drive over bridge, and I believe that Nick Short is the only car on the racetrack. So Nick Short, see if he can. Bonus points are on the line. As tight as the championship is that, as we see, Dennis leads the championship by 1 over Zach Berg. So Short, who scored the maximum points in qualifying last weekend and is only able to go 3rd thus far. So Dennis, a 16.466, quickest thus far in this qualifying, as checkers are out. So checkers are out on qualifying. We'll have 2 heats. Holy smokes, kids. So looks like Dennis is going to start out front. Nick Short next to him. Chris Roberts in the 110, Thomas Boniface, Byron Daly, and Adam Yoder, Mikhail Kalugan, Derrick Souter, Gerhard Reutz, Spencer Perot, and Charles Quiros. So here we go. Heat number 1. About to go green. See if we're going to have some lights come up. The lights come up. Nothing yet. This is an uphill run, so Hopefully these cars won't overheat. They probably won't. Now we've lost. Where's Phil Doward? He just disappeared. Crazy things happening here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, as looks like Dennis has gone back to the pit area. So Nick Short was going to start on the pole. That's Chris Roberts in the 110 in the black car, Thomas Boniface in the 18, Byron Daly, Aiden Yoder, Kel Kalugan, Derrick Souter, Reutz, Perot, and Quiros. 11. Looks like we've got 10 cars that will start this heat. So I think we saw Phil Dennis actually join at the back a week ago. Or was it at Sebring or was it Lime Rock last weekend? So let's have a word from Alan Berg. Hello, Alan. Thanks, Alan. Lights are out. Away we go. Headed into the Mario Andretti hairpin. Turn number 2. Chris Roberts in the 110. Maximilian Bui is not in there. My timing and scoring is not. Needs to be refreshed. And there it is. So you got Roberts in the 110. Then it's Byron Daly, Nick Short in the 99, and Kel Kalugan. Thomas Boniface. As if we could take the, well, let's go out the back of the 110 here and see what happens in the going into the hairpin. As that's Chris Roberts, Byron Daly, Nick Short. Short gets a run out the outside of Daly and makes the pass. So Short is on the prowl here. Out front is the 110 of Chris Roberts through turn number 10 down into turn number 11. Out the nose of Byron Daly in the 06. The completion of lap number 1 of 5 here in heat number 1 at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Chris Roberts, who comes into the championship in 6th, has a shot at the title, and being hunted by Nick Short, about 0.6 of a second back is Short, through turn number 3, on to turn number 4, the right-hander. Here's the shot from the Lansale Tires blimp piloted by Captain Clark Kent. This is turn number 6. You can see Short being pressured by Byron Daly. Daly's got the run on Short. They cut up to turn number 6, and unable to make the pass is Byron Daly. His Dallara stuck the nose in, unable to make the pass. Working lap number 2 of 5. Out the nose of Byron Daly in the 6. Through the rainy curve. Left-hander heading down to the right-hand turn number 10. Here's the right-hander. And then to turn number 11. It looks like the battle for 5th is well engaged. That's Yoder in the 44. Phil Dennis has joined the fray. And Dennis is up to 6th place. He started out back. Here's out the front of the 6. The 06. Byron Daly overcorrects. Gets on the inside of Nick Short. That was down in turn number 2. Short's got the inside at turn 3. Able to make the pass. On Daly is Nick Short. So Short, about 1.5 seconds behind Chris Roberts, working lap number 3 of 5 here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Daly is not giving up, though, as he's right on the gearbox. Your best battle on the circuit for 2nd place. Between Short in the 99 and Daly in the 06. This is out the nose of Byron Daly. Takes a look up the inside at turn number 6. Unable to make the pass through the corkscrew and through the rainy curve is Nick Short. So Short leading over Daly. So it's Roberts in the 110, Short in the 99, Daly in the 06, Kalugan in the 15, Aiden Yoder's 5th in the 44. Then it's Phil Dennis in the 23, Spencer Perot in the 17. Out of the race, Quiros, Sutter, Boniface, and Reutz in the 27. So working lap number 4 of 5 here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, heat number 1. So Phil Dennis running in that 5th place. Looks like he had an off and on, did Phil Dennis. So we got a car off. That's Kalugan having it off and stuck the nose in his Dallara into the concrete barrier. So Kalugan should be out of the race. So we're working the final lap. Has just started. Chris Roberts, 3 seconds up the road, as the battle between Short and Daly is let Roberts get away. This will help him in the points for sure, will be Chris Roberts, if he can hold on this final lap. So Roberts, 3 seconds up in the 110. This is out the back of Nick Short. He goes off track and into the barrier, rips his car apart. Holy smokes. Nick Short, who needed maximum points to stay in the battle for the championship, throws it away. Looked like that might have happened in 5. Turn number 5. Number 4 was turn number 4, the right-hander in front of the spectators there in the grandstands. So this is Byron Daly. Meanwhile, up front, we can find the 110. There he is, Chris Roberts, through turn number 10. Through turn number 11 is the 110 of Chris Roberts. Roberts to the line and wins the first heat race of the day is Chris Roberts. His margin of victory about 3 seconds over Byron Daly. So Daly, and then it's Aiden Yoder and Spencer Perot. Nice drive by Perot from the back, as Perot out finishes in the 4th spot. And a wild one, certainly was a wild one, of heat number 1. Roberts, Daly, Yoder, Perot, Short finishes 5th. Kalugan, Dennis, Quiros, Sutter, Boniface, and Gerhard Reutz. In that 11th spot is Gerhard Reutz. Here is heat number 2. Spencer Bucknam on the pole. Replos next to him. Berg, Canero, Bui, Schmid, Outcult, Galati, Arruda, and the Matt Cleary. So this is heat number 2. This will be another 5-lap affair.
Especially around here, you can get an off track really easy.
Thanks, Alan. Very happy that all the competitors are, and of you providing this championship to these sim racers here from the Ellenberg Racing Schools. Lights are out. Away we go. This is heat race number 2. Heat race number 2. And this has 10 competitors in it. So we got a field of 21 that is in the event today from WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. That's Bucknam out front. Spencer Bucknam in the 10. Zach Burke in the 45. So Burke with Dennis finishing out of the points in the heat, with him finishing out of the points, has opened up the door for Berg. So if Berg can score a heat race win, he should pick up, I believe it's 6 for winning a heat race, which would put him temporarily. I think it still keeps him in second, actually, because of the, we got a contact up in the corkscrew, unable to catch that. Meanwhile, Bucknam, Berg, Canero, Schmid, Outcut, Arruda, Golightly, Replos, Bui, and Cleary being your field for heat number 2. This is out the nose of the 14 car. That's Kenny Schmid in the aqua and white machine as the field completes lap number 1. Working lap 2 is Bucknam out front, Berg, and then Canero. So good battle here as Bucknam was pulled out about a 1.1 second lead. So your best battle on the circuit is for third. And this is out the back of Chase Outcult in the 4 car, looking toward the 14. That's Kenny Schmid in the 14. Schmid takes to look up the inside at turn number 5, unable to make the pass. Out the back of Outcut. Here's the roll hoop cam on Outcut as Chase running in that third spot. So Bucknam continues to lead. Berg in second. Outcut, Kenny Schmid, Ricardo Arruda. Looks like Canero, we've lost Bruno Canero, as Canero, who was running in third, has disappeared from our screen. Where did the young lad go? No idea. Oh well. So this working lap number 3 of 5 of heat race number 2, looking at the 45 of Zach Berg. So Berg, about a second up the road, is Spencer Bucknam. As behind them is Kenny Schmid in the 14, and in front of him is Chris Alcutt. So this is your battle for third. Is Alcutt through into turn number 5, probably and it is the closest battle on the circuit right now, is for the third spot. So we'll ride here for a bit. Schmid in the 14, Outcut in the 4, as they make the run out of turn number 5 up the hill to the left-hander of turn number 6. Bruno Canero on the comments feed is out of the race. Something to do with hitting a curb in turn 6. No idea. Sorry, Bruno. Have to give him heck in the pre-final and the final as the battle for the Cambox Mecca Mark number 2, which will go to the winner of the 19-lap race later on today. And a Mark 3 version of Cambox Mecca to the season championship. Meanwhile, Bucknam leads by about 2 seconds now. This is Chase Alcutt in the 4. Behind him is Kenny Schmid in the 14. As the field is spread out. As the field is kind of spread out here, as Bucknam has dominated this from the get-go, leads by 2.2 seconds over Zach Berg. So Berg, and he's comfortably in front by about 5 seconds over Alcutt, working lap number 4 of 5, as Kenny Schmid is now closed in out on Alcutt. As they run through the corkscrew, maybe next time we can take the nose cam off of the whoever's running in 4th on that final lap. So the battle for this third spot heads toward turn number 11. Final turn on this 2.238 mile 11 turn circuit, 180 degrees of elevation change from the top of the corkscrew to the Andretti hairpin, which they're approaching now. This is the Andretti hairpin 2, working the final lap Out front is Spencer Bucknam in the 10 by 2.5 seconds over Zach Berg. Best battle on the racetrack is between Outcult in the 4 and Schmid in the 14. Through turn number 3, the right-hander of turn 4, nice and tidy here, both of these drivers. This is a passing opportunity into 5, but Schmid is not close enough to stick the nose in on his Dallara. They run up the hill toward turn number 6. Let's see if we can take the out the nose cam on the 14 car if we can. There's Outcut. Here's Kenny Schmid. And let's ride here and see just how close the nose of this Dallara gets. And the car gets through the rainy curve down to turn number 10. Through turn 11. If he's going to make a move, it's got to be now, and it's not going to happen through turn number 10. Meanwhile, up front, Spencer Bucknam takes the win by 3.7 seconds over Zach Berg. Chase Outcut comes home in the 3rd spot. Then it's Kenny Schmid, Ricardo Arruda, and Adam Golightly. Matt Cleary credited with 7th, Bruno Canero 8th, Jochen Replos 9th, and Maximilian Bui in the 10th spot. So Bucknam wins over Berg, Outcut, Schmid, Arruda, Golightly, Cleary, Canero, Replos, and Bui. That being your heat race number 2.
Whether it's for a specific session, so I have a feeling it's for every.
So again, thanks to everyone. Also, go ahead. Thank you, Alan, and thank you for your assistance with putting this series on.
Thank you.
So this will be the C main. And lights, action, action, action. Thomas Boniface leads Derrick Souter. Quiros, Kalugan, Perot, they're all in this one. Your C main, lap number 1 of 5, another 5-lap affair. Sutter's gone. What a jump he got. There's Sal waving the green. And someone on pit road has lost. Well, I don't know what that was that went flying in the air. Something crazy. Absolutely not. I cannot hear what Quiros is saying. Saw that his radio was queued. I'm sure you folks, maybe you folks out there on Facebook and YouTube as well as on Twitch are able to pick that up. Meanwhile, Derrick Souter in the C main, about a second lead on working lap number 1. Daly in the 06, then it's Souter in the 366 as Byron Daly, who lives in Charlotte, North Carolina now, I believe, leads this one as we're ready to complete lap number 1. So Daly extends his lead. Good battle here for second between Yoder in the 44, Souter in the 366, Roberts in the 110. This is out the back, the gearbox can of Derrick Souter momentarily. There we are through turn number 3. Out the back of Roberts in the 110, looking at Derrick Souter in the 366. This is from the Lansale Tires blimp briefly under the command of Captain Clark Kent here once again this weekend. Also want to thank those from the Ellenberg Racing School Stealth Bomber team under the direction of Colonel John Winter for their show before the race. during the practice session for their flyover. The ABRS Stealth Bomber team at 55,000 feet in full stealth mode. Thanks for them for putting on the show they did. Fans really loved it, as they always do whenever the Stealth Bomber team appears. Meanwhile, working lap number 2, Phil Dennis has joined the fray, and he's up to third. So Dennis, who leads the points battle as we come here to WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, up to third place. Daly by over 2 seconds to Yoder. That's Dennis in the aqua and white machine, as he's trying to chase down Aiden Yoder in the 44. Yoder, 6th in the points as we started the day. That's Dennis. Takes a look. And will he try to make the move at 5? Yes, he does. A little bit of a rub with the nose there. He might have cut the tire down on Yoder, because Yoder went off the racetrack quickly. Daly leads by 4 seconds. He's way up the road now. Phil Dennis in the second place. We're working lap number 3 of 5. Behind Dennis is Chris Roberts in the 110. And there it's Derrick Souter. So Daly, Dennis, Roberts, and Souter. Your running orders were working lap number 4. There's Phil Dennis. Nice paint job on that 23 car, I must say. I want to thank everyone at Fanatelio Freight for helping get the cars from Lime Rock Park out here to WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Also those for the other unofficial partners of the championship, WTF Solutions, as well as FY Squared S Squared Communications, NFW Therapy, FYU Amusements, SLS Produce for their help with our catering, FTQ Solutions as well for all of their help, and the proud sponsors of Allenberg Racing Schools, their partners being Lansdale Tires, Hawk Performance, Cambox Mecca, Saybelt, and Bell Helmets, but more importantly, our fine folks at the Malagado Watches, who will award the champion the Tifosi Stuttgart brand of the Malagado. And head to the Allenberg Racing on social media such as Facebook and Twitter for more information, and you're able to locate a racer pricing code to use for Malagado watches, as well as for Cambox Mecca, as we're now started the final lap of the race. Those at Cambox Mecca, new generation of helmet cameras specifically designed for motorsport activities, being Cambox Mecca, and also for their sponsor of the Cambox Mecca Cam View that we see from on board all of these racers. There it is. Byron Daly, your leader. This is the Cambox Mecca Cam View of Byron Daly, the Californian, working his final lap through the corkscrew. Quick left, right, down. This is Rainy Curve, named after the great motorcycle racer Wayne Rainey. Turn number 10, back into 5th gear of the hairpin, or the left-hander, I should say, turn number 11. And Byron Daly out of turn number 11 to the checkers, and he'll score the C-Main victory. Is Byron Daly. Phil Dennis finishes 1.2 seconds back, and then it is Chris Roberts. So the nice win in the C-Main for Byron Daly. And now here's our C-Main results. Byron Daly wins by 1.2 seconds over Phil Dennis, Chris Roberts, Derrick Souter, Aiden Yoder, Thomas Boniface, and the balance of the field. So coming up next will be the B main, I believe. Maximilian Bui, Jochen Replost, Bruno Canero. Keep an eye on Matt Cleary. Lights come up and they are away. Oh, what a move. What a great start by, I think that was, what's that? That was a great start. As we got contact, we got tires, we got cones, all kinds of, a Shamazel, a Karumbalage. Holy smokes, all kinds of stuff going on there. Those pylons that separate the pit road from the straightaway heading down into turn number 2, a couple of those were clipped by a couple of the competitors, and that's what you saw flying in the air were those plastic posts that they have here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. So we're away, the beginning of the B main, as Jochen Replost out front over Bruno. Oh, we got a car off that looked like it could have been Canero. Was that Canero that went off track? Maybe not. Kind of difficult to see. The numbers are not that big on these cars, or my eyesight sucks. No, that was the 21 car of Canero is fine, and he's running in the second spot. So Jochen Replost. Replost leads in the 151. Then it's Canero in the 21. Canero, who was very frustrated with himself a week ago as he had a misunderstanding with the wall at Lime Rock, fell to the back of the pack in the finale, and then drove his way back to the front, ultimately finished in the second spot. So Canero tried to run down Jochen Replost. Jochen Replost, third in the points battle, coming off an 11th place finish last weekend, finished second in the opener at Sebring. So Replost leads about a second in front of Bruno Canero. That's Maximilian Bui, Spencer Bucknam, Chris Alcalt, Zach Berg. Berg needs to get with the program here as he's second in the points behind Phil Dennis. Now Dennis just finished second in the C main. So with these bonus points on the line, every position counts, obviously. Looking out the roll hoop cam of Bruno Canero in the 21 as he tries to run down Jochen Replost. Last lap, Canero was about 0.3 of a second quicker than Replost. Then it's Bui about 2 seconds back. So your best battle on the circuit now is for the overall lead. This being lap 3 of 5 of the B main. Replost, Canero. As they head down into turn number 5, here's Bui with Bucknam right behind him. This is the battle for third. That's Bui in the 665. It's Bucknam in the 10. As they run up the hill, this is out the back of Bui looking at Bucknam. Spencer Bucknam running a helmet very similar to what his dad ran, if I recall. Jeff, I know you probably, I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong on that. Meanwhile, Bucknam trying to put the pressure on Bui up the road. Replost leads Canero by about a half a second. This is your battle for third as Bucknam running in the 4 spot, Chris Alcott, and then Zach Berg. Berg running in the 6th position is Zach Berg. Replost in the 151 as working lap 4 of 5, trying to make the move. And did he make, oh, that's a difficult place. Then he does. Oh my gosh. Bui runs off track. Bucknam gets around. And Bucknam's gone and in third. Meanwhile, up front is Canero is about 5 car lengths back of Jochen Replost as they make their way up to the corkscrew area. That's the out the nose cam of Canaro briefly. Side by side out of the corkscrew, Canaro, is he able to make the move here? He does at Rainy Curve. Whoa! What a great move by Bruno Canaro. As he made the move at Rainy Curve, stuck it in there. Replost, it was either contact or settle into second. Here as we have about a lap and a corner left. They're on the front straightaway. And now they have started the final lap of the race. So Replost looks down the inside of Canaro. This is for the win of the B main. Working lap 5 of 5. Bruno Canaro, the young driver from Brazil, now living in Colorado, looking to score a heat win here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca under ideal conditions. Meanwhile, Bucknam and Bui, Bucknam's gone. Bui and Alcott battling for the 4th spot. But up front, Bruno Canaro heads into turn number 6, the left-hander up the Rahal straightaway toward the corkscrew for the final time of this B main. Doesn't look like Replost is close enough. Bucknam's the one that's made up a lot of time, though. And meanwhile, Bui and Outcut are having a heck of a battle here, as well as Zach Berg. So this is for 3rd position is Bucknam, Olcott, and Berg. Onto the front straightaway for the final time, though. And he'll score the win in the B main is Bruno Canaro. Jochen Replost comes home 2nd. Spencer Bucknam 3rd. Meanwhile, here's your battle for the 4th spot. Bui takes it over Alcott. Berg in 6th. That's not going to help him in the points. So we've got 21 car. Here's your B main results. Canaro over Replost, Bucknam, Bui, Outcott, Berg, Arruda, Golightly, Schmid, Matt Cleary, and Gerhard Retz, or Reutz, as the case may be. Our feature event is 19 laps. Cars being queued here on the front straightaway.
The only one.
This being the feature event, 19 laps, the finale of the Allenberg Racing School's Grand Prix. 19 laps of anger. The winner of this race will receive a Cambox Mecha Mark II, where the winner of the championship will receive a Mark III. Lights are out. Cars are underway. Aiden Yoder with the big jump in the 44. As he heads down into turn number 1, they're 4 wide. Heading through the Andretti hairpin. That's Bruno Canaro in the 20. Got a car flying through the air. Through the frame. Daly, Bui, Cleary's involved. That's Adam Golightly in the 9. I'm not sure if he was the one that went flying. I don't believe it was. Meanwhile, Yoder, Bucknam, Replost, Canaro, Phil Dennis, Chris Alcott, Derrick Souter, Chris Roberts, Zach Berg, Nick Short. That being your top 10 as we work the lap number 1 of 19, the championship round. Here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, here's the chopper cam, the Malagata watches. Chopper cam briefly. Penelope Sweeney at the controls. Brief shot there. This is looking back at the 99. Out the back of Zach Berg in the 45. Berg running in the 8th position currently. So the car's onto the front straightaway for the completion of lap number 1. It's Aiden Yoder in the 44. Running in 2nd is Spencer Bucknam. That's your battle for 3rd between Replost, Canaro, and Phil Dennis. Working lap number 2 of 19. Dennis is off the racetrack. Way right. Let's see how that was going to work. Anyways, trying the outside move at 3. And
Come on, man.
contact between Roberts and Schmid, I believe it was. as Kenny Schmid having contact in that turn number 4 here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. That's the 10 car of Bucknam. It's blue and white. Yoder's in the 44. Bucknam looks up the outside at turn number going to the corkscrew, actually. Makes the pass. Nice move by Bucknam as Spencer Bucknam in that 10 drives and already pulls out about almost a second lead. Inside move by Phil Dennis on the 21 of Canaro, and he's able to jump to third. So Dennis, aqua and white car, that's number 23, and he's now up to third. This is out the back of Dennis looking toward Bruno Canaro. Now Canaro really got nothing to lose here as he needs maximum points. He needs maximum points. He's very hungry for the Amalgamato watch as well as for a Cambox Mecca. There's Bruno Canaro from the Cambox Mecca cam view heading down into turn number 5, and he's right in the thick of it. Tries an inside move on Dennis, unable to make it. Bucknam, Dennis, Yoder's out front. So great battle here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. A 2.238 mile circuit that has seen so much excitement and is a championship deciders many, many times over the years. And we've got one here in the Berg Racing School's Grand Prix. So that's Bucknam. Fast Phil Dennis. What a battle this is. That's out the back of Bucknam. As Bucknam, Dennis, Canaro, and Yoder. The completion of lap number 3. We're now working lap number 4. Bucknam leads. Dennis likes that way long. This is out. That was from a belief shot there from the Lansdale Tires blimp. That's a nice shot. Captained by Captain Clark Kent again here this weekend. Beautiful pictures here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Bruno Canaro running in the 3rd spot as Dennis takes a peek going into 5 on Bucknam. It's a tough place to pass. Turn 6. You can make a move on the outside there. We've seen that happen in the past, but you're taking your life into your own hands. Where's Nick Short? Nick Short's 7th now. He's in that 99 car, the multi-colored machine. He takes a look up. Oh, he has contact. And he knocks I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Outcut that he might have knocked off the racetrack. That being the number 99 of Nick Short. Bucknam and Phil Dennis into the Andretti hairpin. Dennis takes the lead. Let's see if Bucknam can follow. Oh, and he has contact and spins him. Oh, Nelly. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Championship. What is that going to do to Phil Dennis? Can that car come back out? Can it continue? Can he get some points? As that could have been the decider. The crew of Dennis not happy at all with the crew of Bucknam. As we can see that from a camera, we can't show that. We better not show that. Oh my God. As a bold move and contact between Bucknam and Phil Dennis going into the Andretti hairpin. So Bucknam leads. Canaro is about 1.1 seconds in front. Then it's Jochen Replost. Nick Short now up to 4th as he tries to run down Replost in the 151. They complete lap 5. We're now working lap number 6. There's the 45 of Zach Burke, who's running in the 6th spot. That aqua and white machine. But I think Dennis is out of it. I think he's out of it. And if he is, this opens the door for Zach Berg to be your champion, as he's right in the middle. Jochen Replost is in front of him. So Replost, Berg, Canero, as with Dennis out of this, he's being classified 11th, so he will score points. But with his bonus points, will that be enough for the championship? Obviously, you have to send that to the Allenberg Racing School's Grand Prix supercomputer after all cars are teched at the completion of this one to decide the championship. Coming into this, it was a 1-point lead by Dennis over Zach Berg, and then another 2 points back to Jochen Replost and another point back to Bruno Canero. They'll just show just how tight this championship is. This is out the front of the 110 of Chris Roberts. In front of him is Zach Berg in that 45 car as they battle here for the 5th spot. The 110 is Roberts, as Bucknam leads now by 1.3 seconds. He just set his best lap of the race, a 117.49, being Bucknam. Bruno Canero, a 117.69. So as the fuel burns off on these Dallara race cars, you're able to see the times continue to tumble. So Bucknam leads over Canero. That's Chris Roberts. So it's Bucknam, Canero, Replost, Yoder, Berg, Roberts, Kalugan, and Perot. 8 cars running. The rest are on pit road. So the 45 there of Zach Berg. He's all over the back of the 44 of Aiden Yoder. Yoder's in the 44 black machine. Berg's in the 45, as these two continue to battle for the 4th spot. Again, 40 points will go to the winner of the race, and then points decrease by 1 down to the final finisher. So Bucknam leads, Canero, then Replost, Yoder, Berg, Roberts. So Berg's all over the gearbox of Yoder here as they come up to the corkscrew at the top of the hill. The plunge through the corkscrew, high point of the racetrack, 180 feet of elevation change here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. That's Berg in the 45. Right in front of him is Aiden Yoder in the 44. Down into turn number 11, working lap number 8 is the leader, being Spencer Bucknam. Canero, 17.472 last lap. Still not quicker than Bucknam. So Spencer continues to pull away here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. The 45 of Berg gets around the 44 of Aiden Yoder. So Bucknam continues to lead. He's out front of Canero, Replost, Berg, Yoder, Roberts, and Kalugan, being your top 7. So Berg in the 45. That's Zach Berg And Berg's running in the 4th spot, the Canadian driver. As meanwhile, up front, Bucknam continues to lead here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. This is out the nose of the 110 of Chris Roberts as he's on the gearbox of Aiden Yoder. We're heading into turn number 5. Nice move by Roberts as we're halfway. We are now halfway, and Bucknam continues to lead over Canero. This is Chris Roberts. So Bucknam, 2-second lead over Canero. And then it's another second back to Jochen Replost. Zach Berg is up to 4th. Chris Roberts in the 110. Then it's Aiden Yoder and Mikkel Kalugan. Golightly, Perot. Dennis. Short, Outcut, Sutter, Schmid, Quiros, Boniface, Arruda, Daly, Bui, and Cleary were your starters in this race. As your leader being Spencer Bucknam, sometimes known as Jeff on the graphic, as his lead a little over 2 seconds over Bruno Canero. So Bucknam leads. Bruno Canero in the 21 is in second. Jochen Replost in the 151. That's your leader, Bucknam. And he's coming up to the lap. Phil Dennis, as that's Dennis in front of him. Now, Dennis is a couple laps down. But with the points as they are, every position, he will pick up 1 additional point. So if he can get completion of this one, I think he would go in front then of Golightly. No, he's got to get around Golightly to get the 8th spot points. So regardless, this ain't over yet, so to speak. So Bucknam continues out front, looking for his first win. Our winners thus far this year, Zach Berg took the win at Sebring. And then Nick Short won last weekend at Lime Rock. So we've had different winners here for the first 2 rounds. And rumor has it that there may be an announcement coming a bit down the road from Alan Berg about another iRacing championship. Not sure exactly when that announcement will be made, but rumors are afloat that
Keep pushing, my friend.
that's being discussed at the higher levels, including that, I'm sure, of Executive Vice President of Marketing, Jim Bowie. So, Bucknam's out front. And Director Alex, it's all you. You have total control of the cameras. So, you go for it there, buddy. That's Zach Berg in the 45. As Berg runs in the 4th spot. Aiden Yoder runs in this. Chris Roberts is in 5th. Aiden Yoder's in the 6th position. So Bucknam from California leads. Then it's Canero in the 21. born in Brazil, now living in Colorado, Jochen Replost. And Replost, who came into the championship just 3 behind Dennis. So he's current in the drivers that were in the top 5. Canaro is in front and would score the most points. Bucknam, since he missed the first race and did not have a good weekend at Lime Rock, yes, he's certainly in contention for a Cambox Mecca Mark II for scoring the win here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Absolutely. But for the championship, he's not a factor. The factors are Dennis, who's still out there running, Phil currently 9th. Zach Berg, who's still in this, he's currently in 4th. Bruno Canaro, who's in the 21 car, and he would pick up 19 points for finishing 2nd if he's, and so we'll see what the what's his point battle. Now there's Phil Dennis right behind the leader, so if Dennis gets around him, he'll pick up another lap. So again, just as tight as the points are coming into the championship, plus the points earned in qualifying, as well as the heat races, the B main, the C main, is that, again, the winner of the championship will receive a Cambox Mecca Mark III, which has 5 million pixels of resolution. Cambox Mecca, the new generation of helmet cameras specifically designed for motorsport activities, and the sponsor of the Cambox Mecca CamView in all of these Dalars that are running in the Allenberg Racing School's Grand Prix Championship. Working lap number 15 in the corkscrew on lap number 15 is Bucknam. Behind him is Phil Dennis. Now Dennis is classified 8th right now. And Dennis, who, if he's able to get to 7th, well, it's another point. Obviously, another point. But again, the winner of the championship will receive an Homologato watch, the Tifosi Stuttgart brand. And again, visit Allenberg Racing on social media, such as Facebook and Twitter, for more information and links to a racer pricing code for Homologato watches. Also, find folks at Cambox Mecca and Cambox Mecca, who has awarded a Cambox Mecca Mark II to the race winners of the previous 2 races, and will as well to this race winner, as Canaro, is what has happened to Bucknam. Bucknam now has fallen off the screen. So Bucknam, who was in contention to win the Cambox Mecca Mark II, is out, according to our timing. Bucknam is out of the race. Holy smokes, this puts Bruno Canaro up front. Now Canaro will score maximum points, and this will put him right in the thick of it again. A Cambox Mecca Mark III, as well as an Homologato watch, the Tifosi Stuttgart, will be awarded to the champion. So Canaro, not sure what happened to Bucknam, is out of the race. Canaro leads by 3 seconds over Replost, and then it's Zach Berg. So Canaro, who came in with 88 points, 4th. Replost, who was 3rd with 89 points, is running in 2nd. Berg, who was 2nd in points, 2 in front of them. Chris Roberts, who was 6th in points, coming in, now running in 4th, Aiden Yoder in the 44 car. And Aiden Yoder was tied with Roberts with 84 points. So the 21 leads. That's Phil Dennis behind him. Dennis trying to unlap himself. Working lap number 18. So the penultimate lap of the Ellenberg Racing School's Grand Prix Championship here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. He said he wanted a Cambox Mecca, and Canero may just get one by earning the win here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Again, that's not a battle for the win. The aqua and blue car is Phil Dennis, but he's not in contention for the victory. He's a couple of laps down because of contact earlier in the race that put him back and out of it. So that's what cost him. So Canero lets Dennis go. Canero, though, leads. He leads by 1.8 seconds over Jochen Replost. Replost, though, and now Replost has lost that position as we see that Zach Berg has gotten around Replost. So this must put Berg. This puts Berg in the catbird seat. Zach Berg in second, the Canadian driver. So Zach Berg, 10 years of iRacing experience, running in the second spot. Will he be awarded the championship? Lots to be decided. We're working the final lap. The 21 is Bruno Canero. 4 seconds back is Zach Berg. Jochen Replost, about a second back of Berg in third. Then it's Chris Roberts, Aiden Yoder, Go Lightly, and Phil Dennis is seventh. So Dennis will score points for the seventh position. But I don't think that's going to be enough, unofficially, of course. So Canero, final lap through turn number 6 up the Ray Hall straightaway to the corkscrew for the final time here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Plunging through the corkscrew, the run to Rainy Curve. Through Rainy Curve toward turn number 10, the right-hander here. Bruno Canero looking to score his first win of the season of the 3 here in the Ellenberg Racing School's Grand Prix. Turn number 11 onto the front straightaway and to the checkers to score the win in the third of 3 rounds of the Ellenberg Racing School's Grand Prix is Bruno Canero. So Bruno Canero scores the win. Zach Berg finishes in the second spot. Jochen Replost comes home in third. Then it's Chris Roberts, Aiden Yoder. Then it's Adam Golightly, Phil Dennis. Spencer Bucknam is classified in 8th. Mikkel Kaluga 9th. Spencer Perot 10th. Nick Short, Chris Alcott, Derrick Souter, Kenny Schmid, Chris Quiros, Thomas Boniface, Ricardo Arruda, Byron Daly, Maximilian Bui, and Matt Clary. Donuts being done. He broke the right rear suspension.
That was great, but I would really recommend
Did Canero
penalty point next time because I was driving on shoestrings for 19 months.
laying out? That was Canero's radio. Canero scores the win by 2.546 seconds over Zach Berg, Jochen Replost, Chris Roberts, Aiden Yoder, Adam Golightly, Phil Dennis, Jeff Bucknam, Mikkel Kalugan, Spencer Perot rounds out your top 10. Now, all these cars have to go to the tech, of course, have to go to the Ellenberg Racing School's supercomputer. But Zach Berg came into the championship 1 point behind Phil Dennis. He finishes 5 positions in front of Dennis. But again, depending on the points for qualifying, the points for the heats, the points for the B and C main, and of course, for this finale here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, we're unable to say at this point anyway, who is the champion of the 3-race Allenberg Racing Series. The champion will be awarded a Cambox Mecha Mark III. Bruno Canero earns a Cambox Mecha Mark II, which has 2 million pixels. A champion will receive the 5 million pixels Mark III from Cambox Mecha, who also sponsors our Cambox Mecha Cam View. And the champion will also receive a Tifosi Stuttgart branded Amaligato watch for being the champion. So thanks to those fine folks. Thanks to all those who viewed our race on Facebook as well as YouTube and Twitch. For all the competitors that took part in this 3-race championship, we thank you very, very much for joining us. Thanks to Alan Berg for putting this together. His son Alex for directing. Executive Vice President of Marketing, Jim Bowie, for his organizational expertise on everything that there is. And on behalf of everyone at Allenberg Racing Schools, I want to thank you folks for following us. And again, thank you, racers, for everything this year. Everyone stay safe and take care.